Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm doing 6 things we learned on Shamrock Rovers 0, St. Patrick's Athletic 0. So unfortunately our 7-game win streak has come to an end. We drew 0-0 away to Pats at Richmond Park. Did we deserve to draw? No, Pats didn't have a shot on target. We'll talk about that through the video. We're still on an 8-game unbeaten streak, which I'm very happy with. If we could continue that to about 20 games, that might set a new record. I don't know what the record is in the league. If you do know, let me know, but maybe we can break the record on that. If you don't know what 6 things we learned is, it's a video idea that I stole off George Benson. He does it for Chelsea matches, so you can check him out. But basically what we do 6 boxes about the match, so things that we learned. If it's a blue box, it's man of the match, green box is for positives, orange is for things we weren't great at but we can improve on, and reds is stuff that we really need to address. So in this video we've got 1 red, but it's not a Rovers player to do with Rovers per se. We've got 1 orange box, and then we've got the rest are all green. So thank you to all of you who've watched the last video on the preview of this match. If you haven't already, I'd recommend watching that before you watch this, see if I got any of my predictions right. Before I say them now, I did get most of my team lineup right. I got everyone right except for Ferruccio, who started in front of Lafferty. That's the only position I get wrong every week. I got Dylan Watts out for Graham Burke right, which I was surprised about myself, but I'm happy with that. And Graham Burke is the first blue box on the list. He got man in the match for me. I think Graham Burke was unreal. Anyone who watched the game, his touch was on point for the full game. His crosses, we're going to talk about crosses a lot this video, so brace yourselves for that. But Graham Burke, every cross he put in was inch perfect. We didn't get a goal for them, but you couldn't fault Graham Burke today, I don't think. Maybe could have got a few shots off quicker, but I think Graham Burke has to take home the man of the match for his first time in this series. And yeah, Graham Burke well deserved man of the match. I said in my preview Graham Burke would probably get subbed off 60 minutes in. I was wrong, he lasted the whole game. He proved me wrong, and he shows he can do it. So I think in my next few lineups he'll be staying there, depending on what his next performance is against Shelburne. But today he definitely earned another spot in next week's starting lineup. His energy that he brought to the team, like normally Graham Burke, his run looks a bit lazy, but it was all across the pitch. So yeah, Graham Burke is going to take home the man of the match award. RTE or Watch LOI did it, and they didn't give him man of the match surprisingly, so I'm guessing they'd give it to Graham Burke anyway. So Graham Burke, man of the match, congratulations. Moving on to the first green box of the video, we've gone with the defence. Now today, Pat's got a red card in the 47th minute, Gibson got a second yellow for going in on Joey O'Brien. Was it a bad tackle? No, it's a yellow card, it wasn't a straight red. He did get the second yellow, but that really changed the game for both teams, but more negatively for Rovers, because Pats just sat back for the full game, didn't give us much space at all, it was tough to break through, and we couldn't break them through in the end. So that red card basically helped Pats get the point against us. The St.Pats manager in the last minute of the game got a red card. Stephen O'Donnell booked in the first half, and then he got a second yellow in the second half. I'm going to get onto the camera work about Watch LOI in the red box, but they didn't say why he got sent off. When he was getting sent off, they barely showed it. They showed like 2 seconds. It was just very bad. I'll get onto that later. But what I'm talking about now is the defence. They didn't give a single shot I don't think Pats had a single shot. Let me know if I'm wrong. Definitely didn't have a shot on target. I don't think they had a single shot. Alan Manis last week kept Rovers in it. This week he probably touched the ball about 10 times. So big well done to our defence. Lee Grace lost the ball a couple of times. His passing was a bit off. He kept going on dribbles, which isn't likely. We know he's better than that. So 1 bad game. Hopefully that's done for the season. But everyone's allowed a bad game. Everyone has one. But yeah, apart from that, the defence was solid. Lee came off in about 65th minute for Liam Scales anyway. So I think Stephen Bradley saw that and he addressed the issue, which is great management from Stephen Bradley. The last 2 videos I gave him a green box. He won't be getting one today, but he did a good job nonetheless. So yeah, the defence deserve a big round of applause. The 3 or 5 at the back, whichever you'd like to say, is working very well for us at the moment, so I think we'll stick with that for the rest of the season. Moving on to our first orange box of the match, I'm talking about how predictable we were. If you watched the game, every chance we had went down the left side through Ferruccio, and we got onto Ferruccio in the next box, but I mean, everything went down Ferruccio, nothing went central. There was 1 ball in the first 5 minutes, Aaron McInnes, beautiful pass over the top of the whole Pats defence. Aaron Green was in, 1-on-1, he went a bit wide, took the shot, just went across the goal, but it was a great start for Rovers, and Aaron McInnes, the pass was one of the best passes I've seen from a Rovers player, so big props to Aaron McEneff for that. Unfortunately Green couldn't finish, but great run from Green nonetheless. But yeah, every other chance apart from that was going down Ferruccio. I think we get the ball. Finn, I know, I love him, but we're just not using Finn. I don't know whether that's he's staying over or we're just not going down the right side, because we know Finn, he can sprint. Like, he's what, 31, 32, but he still has legs in him. He can put on a great cross. And today we just didn't use him, and he came off for Reece Marshall, which Reece Marshall was used once with 1-2 with Dean Williams, and it looked very good. So I think I can see Marshall maybe starting the next game and Finn in the centre, but we'll have to wait and see me preview for that against Shelburne next week. But yeah, every ball went to Ferruccio, and now Ferruccio, I'll talk about this as well in his box, but he either just taps it past you and runs or hits it over you and run. Like, he lacks a bit of creativity, so it's very readable for the opposition's defence to shut that down, and they did do that a lot. And every time we got it, we're just crossing it into the box. There was no dribbling in to try and get a penalty or pulling it back. It was just hoofing it in the box, and most of the time from Ferruccio they were overhit. One of the moments I remember, Ferruccio tried to put the ball in the box, cleared by the first man, back out to Graham Burke, put it in, and it was beautiful. It just showed, like, this is how you do it, basically, he was saying to Ferruccio. And I think we could improve on our crossing a lot, especially down Ferruccio's side, and then maybe utilise Finn more, because it was way too predictable, I thought, today. Let me know if you agreed with that. But yeah, everything went through Ferruccio today. So yeah, moving on to another orange box. I am talking about Ferruccio, unfortunately. Once again, I didn't think he was up to it. Like, everything went through him, and he had a couple of great moments in the second half. He skipped past one, took a shot, absolutely lashed it. Great shot, keeper saved it. But he needs to show that more consistently. I think first half, every time he just taps it past a fella, he's probably got a 50% success ratio of that, because he normally hits it too hard and a defender comes across and gets it. If he does get to the end of it, he puts it in and it's either cleared by the front man or it goes over everyone's head. And I think, like, a couple of times, yeah, he puts in a good ball, but he needs to do it more consistently, as I said. Whether that's confidence or whether that's just Ferruccio, I'm not too sure, but I think Bradley will look at that. I think he has to look at that, because everything went through Ferruccio today. His shot was very good. He absolutely belted it, and that's how you should do it. And I think he needs to do that more often. I think he's being a bit shy towards shooting, so a couple of more shots. Like, we can see he can do it. We know Ferruccio is a starter. He can start, but he has to show it, I think, to Stephen Bradley, because Lafferty hopefully will give him some competition, and that'll push both of them to become the better version of themselves. Also about Ferruccio, his touch today was horrific. Now, the pitch wasn't amazing, but high balls coming in, he take it and it bounce off. And I think that is professional football. I think he should be doing better. Graham Burke setting an example again. Every ball that came to him, taking it down beautifully and then getting in a cross or a good pass, a shot. But Ferruccio, it was just bouncing off him, and sometimes he'd get onto the end of it, but there was no control shown by Ferruccio today. And I think, once again, that's another thing Bradley needs to look at in his coaching team. Right, onto a green box. Let's get back onto the positives and the transition. So basically, once we got the ball in defence, we were transitioning into attack as quick as we could. In the first half, Lopez got it, skipped past two Pats players, passed it to Jack Byrne, one touch out, and then spread it out to Finn, who got a shot off. They blocked it in the end. But the transition from the goal kick to the attack was about 5 seconds, and that's just what we can do. Like, in the second half we couldn't do it because Pat just sat back for the full thing, but if we can try score more goals in the first half, I think we can, like, go all out attack in the first half. I know it's risky, but when in the second half, if you haven't scored against a team, because we're Rovers and we're top of the league, they are going to sit back. They aren't going to go for the win unless it's Dundalk or Bows. I think we need to utilise that a bit more. If you did see that transition from Lopez to Byrne to Finn, it shows like that was the one time we did use Finn and we nearly got a goal out of it. It was just so quick. Lopez plays it, Lopez skipped through two Pats players. He was last man back, dribbled through two Pats players, played it to Byrne. Byrne was lovely, open out of the body and spreading it out wide, and they got us a good chance out of it. So transitions is a very, very good positive that came out from this match. Shows we can do it. We just need to do it a bit more often, and more than often in the first half, as teams just seem to sit back against us in the second. And into the last box of the video, I do apologise for adding in a red box. It's not really to do with Rovers, but we are having a red box, and that's for the Watch LOI streaming service. First off, before the game, let's say you turn on the game, let's say you're watching Champions League this week, Lyon beating City. There's a pre-match build-up. They go through previous matches, danger men, the league table, whatever like that. We turn on the TV, it's just the stadium, a video of the live stream of the stadium with a graphic of a Rovers badge and a Pats badge, and it's just so poor from Watch LOI. I mean, anyone can do that. They show no, like, even hire me, I'll go there, do a bit of pre-match commentary or something, interview the managers, like something that takes 2 minutes. It would just spice it up a bit more than just showing like a little graphic over the screen. It baffles me that way. Same at halftime, they don't show the highlights, they just leave a graphic on the screen, leave the camera still. I don't understand it. I mean, surely they can do that. Like, all they have to do, interview both managers before the match. That's what, 2-3 minute clips maybe. Interview player each. You've easily got 10 minutes of footage there. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case today. And then with the red cards, the first red card for the player Gibson, they showed one replay, and then the commentator said it so calmly, and that'll be a second yellow, Griffin's going off, that's a poor performance from him. And they didn't even show him getting sent off. They showed him walking off for about 2 seconds, but they didn't show the red card being given. I didn't have a clue what was going on, because the commentator, normally there's a bit of enthusiasm, but it was just so dead. I think that's another area Watch LOI could work on if they want to use this in the future to showcast LOI matches. And then with the red card for Stephen O'Donnell, the Pats manager in the second half, didn't say why. They just said that's a second yellow for Stephen O'Donnell. They showed the pitch then for about 10 seconds, showed O'Donnell for about 5 seconds, and then went back to the pitch while the ref was still talking to him. It was very poor. It's very, very poor from Watch LOI, but I'll try not to rant on anymore about that. I will. When the Pats got the red card, normally you see a little red line or a little red card beside the Pats scoreboard in the top corner. Nope, nothing there. Just Pats 0, Rovers 0. You think they'd add in that, like the littlest things. You see it in every match across Europe. It's just the small details that they're missing out on, and I think the FAI is capable of supplying them. Like, yeah, I won't rant on anymore. Let me know if you agree or if I'm being too cynical or whatever. But yeah, Watch LOI getting a red box today. I do apologise for that rant, but I think it was needed. Also in the last minute, Pats broke through. Pico Lopez, last man back, trying to chase down, I think it was, no, I'm not sure who it was, but Liam Scouse came across, dragged him to the ground, took a yellow for the team, and that showed like Liam Scouse, he's young, but he has the mind of like a 30-year-old. He knows when to take your man down, take one for the team. The reason he got the yellow was because Pico was coming across. He might have got the ball, who knows, but I think Liam Scouse had to do that. And then Pats took the free kick, went out for a goal kick. But like, it was about 30 yards out, they crossed it in, over hit. But Liam Scouse, big round of applause. He probably saved us there, in fairness, coming on for a league race in the 65th minute. So took one for the team, and it could have saved us today. That is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could, please leave a like. We're hoping for 30 likes again today. That'd be greatly appreciated. I have a big announcement coming in the next video to do with sponsorship, but I'll wait on that for the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.